Originally, I was planning a few more ideas, videos themed around what Rockstar could do post Red Dead Funeral for Red Dead Online, but I've decided just to throw it all together into one final pursuits video for Red Dead Online, a quality of life style update. Now, I already covered gold bars along with daily challenges, gold payouts in the previous video. So consider that a companion video to this ideas video. And by the way, I did read over your comments in that video, and some of those ideas and previous ideas I'm going to be adding together in what I'm calling my Red Dead Online Final Pursuits update. Obviously, this is most likely not going to happen, but it would be nice at the very least if Rockstar gave us one last hurrah, one final update, especially after over 3 years of loyal Red Dead Online fans asking for some of this content and other stuff. I think it's the least that Rockstar could do, since they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation and they've sold who knows how many copies of the standalone version of Red Dead Online along with gold bars. I think that they at least owe Red Dead Online fans a parting gift in what I'm calling, once again, the Final Pursuits. So what's in the Final Pursuits? Re-add all the Outlaw, Halloween, Quick Draw Pass content to the various stores for people that missed out on all those passes, because we're not getting future passes, and since there's not really much content in this game anyways, you might as well just add all that from Outlaw Pass 1 through 5, the Halloween Pass 1 and 2, Quick Draw Clubs, to the stores of Red Dead Online for players to purchase that haven't already been able to do so. Next, make the limited time clothing permanent to all clothing stores, especially since Rockstar is not the best at rotating the limited time clothing. For the Final Pursuits update, they should just go ahead and make all that limited time clothing permanent for people to buy whenever they wish to at the various clothing stores. Next is add Red Dead Redemption 2 content to Red Dead Online. For example, the mini games, blackjack, dominoes, five fingers. Perhaps they can just have a camp table that you can buy from crypts that allows you to pick between these various mini games, poker, blackjack, dominoes, five fingers. And I realize there's blackjack tables at various bars throughout the game. Blackjack should be added to those bars and tables as well that already have a pre-existing blackjack stand. Horses from Red Dead Redemption 2, add them to the Red Dead Online stables, such as the Brindle, Rose Gray Arabians, the Few Spots Appaloosa, perhaps even horses from Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode, such as Buell, along with the Count, which is Dutch's Arabian, Micah Bell's horse, aka Baylock, and other horses from the Vanderlyn gang. Feel free and add them to the stables as well for players to purchase. That way, we at least have some additional horses and horse breeds and horse codes added to the stables for us to purchase from Red Dead Redemption 2. I would also add all of the extra content and clothing you could buy for Arthur and John throughout Red Dead Redemption 2 at the clothing stores. Obviously make it unisex clothing and add those to the stores for players to purchase. Collectible items from Red Dead Redemption 2. I have an idea for that in just a moment, so bear with me on that. Other unique gun weapon skins, such as Michael Bell's revolvers, Dutch's revolvers, a few other rifles, pistols here and there that are featured with a variety of characters. Add those skins to the gun store as well for us to purchase and use for our guns. And all the remaining dog breeds that are in Red Dead Redemption 2, add them to the camp for us to purchase and have as camp dogs. Now let's talk about unfinished Red Dead Online content, because I'm pretty sure that Rockstar has some content on the shelf that they were working on before they hit the brakes, such as additional clothing items, weapons, camp themes, bar decors, saddles, additional horse breed and coats that they were planning on releasing eventually in Red Dead Online updates. The properties, we've mentioned this before. We know that there were plans for properties. While we have no idea how far along they got with the properties, we got to imagine that they are all but done with the properties. So just go ahead and put the properties into Red Dead Online with the Final Pursuits update. Make them gold bars. That's fine. Or maybe the shack can be cash or be the cheapest one. Make them a spawn point. Add wardrobe. Add a lockbox. Add the ability to cook inside the various properties. Add the ability to take a bath in the nicer properties. add a fast travel map so we could fast travel from our property to other properties, as well as other fast travel locations from our properties, and obviously a bed for us to lay in. I would also like the ability to purchase wagons, buggies, boats, and hot air balloons from the stable so that we can use around the map of Red Dead Online. Once again, depending on what additional content they had ready to go for future updates or roles. Obviously, there won't be any future roles, so if there were particular items that they set aside for this role or that role, then just forget about the role. Just give us the particular content you made and compile it all into one final update. Next, cooldowns. Eliminate them. We don't need them anymore. I always thought it was a waste of time and annoying to have to deal with cooldowns after telegram missions, call to arms, various other missions, bounties, especially the legendary bounties or hunting legendary animals, etc. Do away with the cooldowns. They've been annoying the whole time, and there's no point in the cooldowns, so just completely do away with cooldowns. We also need to address and fix known issues before you officially close the door on Red Dead Online. But I would also like to throw in a reverse Uno card on this and go and unfix the bouncy bridge. It was one of the few fun things we could actually do in Red Dead Online, and for some stupid reason, Rockstar, you chose to quote-unquote fix it. Yeah, I realize there's Bouncy Bridge 2, but it's not as good as Bouncy Bridge 1. Go back, undo the damage you did to Bouncy Bridge 1. Allow us to bounce like idiots and do silly, crazy stuff and bounce up into the atmosphere and across the map in Red Dead Online. There was no harm in it, so unfix it. And speaking of going outside the map, allow us to go outside the map, undo the fixes that you had there. There was a variety of ways that we could get outside the map, and you one by one fixed them, except for the slide method down in the San Luis River. And speaking of the river and the water between the mainland and the other side of the map, i.e. Mexico, go ahead and do away with the quote-unquote dead water so that we can take horses and boats across the river so that we have the ability to explore the parts of Mexico that most people have yet to go visit, even though it's obviously unfinished, and the plateau above Mexico and other parts in between, and perhaps even low-res Guarma as well. At least that would give players something to do, going around the map and check out the parts at the very edge of the map beyond the main states that we're supposed to reside in. Go all the way up to quote-unquote Canada, the snow region. It's kind of fun to explore outside the map, and I think that Rockstar should ease the restrictions that they've put in place and make it to where players in Red Dead Online could just go exploring here and there. I did do an Explorers Idea video themed around this a while back, and what I would like to do is take the collectible items from Red Dead Redemption 2 and scatter them outside the map as extra incentive for you to go outside the map around Mexico, maybe even low-res Guarma, or maybe they'll even put the Chapter 5 Guarma back in. That would be kind of cool because it was in during the beta period. And then just put the collectibles from Red Dead Redemption 2 outside the map, like I said, and it'll just give you one other reason to go outside the map besides exploring, goofing off. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to spawn your camp or anything else. It would be kind of like the dead zone, I guess, in a few games where you go in there at your own peril, your own risk. If you die, then you spawn back inside the main map, forcing you to get on a boat or horse to get back outside the map once again. I just don't see the harm in going outside the map, especially with Red Dead Online basically RIP at this point. A few additional things I would like to see added in a hypothetical Final Pursuits update. A friend lobby option finally, so that we can have a secondary lobby to hop into besides the public lobby, so that we can hang out with just us and our friends and our posse doing sales or just goofing off, doing whatever we want. But to be honest, I really don't even think that matters anymore with the decline of the player count in Red Dead Online since recent news has come to life regarding Rockstar's quote-unquote future plans or lack thereof for Red Dead Online. Give us more stable stalls and saddle slots. We've been asking that for the longest time, along with a second character. In GTA Online, since day one, we've had the ability to have 2 characters per account. Allow us to have a second character, and at least that would give you a chance to start over for everybody that wants to start over but only has 1 account, that doesn't want to create a new Xbox account or a new PlayStation account. That way you can have a brand new character, but you would still have access to the same money and gold bars in order to help your new character rank up. If there was ever any work done on a Rockstar editor or creator for Red Dead Online, especially since that's something else we've been asking for the longest time. And speaking of mounts, a lot of us, just for funs, have been wanting the mule and the donkey added to the stables. Just add those as well. Why not? Speaking of unfinished things in Red Dead Online, that's pretty much the theme of this video. What about the conclusion to the Jessica Leclerc-Horley story in Land of Opportunities? I'm guessing we're never going to get a final showdown with them versus Grace and her goons. At the very least, Rockstar, how about just sending us a telegram from Jessica and Horley, letting us know that they're okay, and maybe Grace was apprehended, or maybe they found her dead in Armadillo in hiding. She died of cholera, some nonsense. We could get that telegram sometime after you complete Destroyed by Grief, despite the fact that most of us completed that final mission for Land of Opportunities some time ago. And the final thing I would like to see added to Red Dead Online, you could once again take this over from Red Dead Redemption 2, that would actually make some of us feel like outlaws, is all the robbery stuff. The ability for us with low honor to rob NPCs, to rob wagons and take them to the fence, as well as, stealing horses or breaking in horses, and finally being able to sell them to the Davies twins, just like you promised in the tutorial many years ago. Having passenger trains spawn on the map of Red Dead Online for us to rob, as well as armed stagecoaches, and perhaps even the ability for us to rob shop owners. Obviously, there would be a penalty for robbing the shop owners. You would get a wanted level, a bounty, and the shop would be closed for you for, say, 24 in-game hours. The ability to have all these robberies added to free roam, especially with like random armored stagecoaches and a random passenger train spawning every now and then instead of the same old freight train, might not be at the same grand level that we were hoping for from a future robberies heist style update, but it would be better than nothing for those of us that want to be robbers, outlaws, black hats in Red Dead Online. And on the flip side, because you incorporate the bounties for all of us that are doing robberies, then that would maybe encourage people that want to be bounty hunters to pursue higher level bounties for profit, and there would be this white hat, black hat thing going on in Red Dead Online. Now, obviously, there'd be other rebalances I would like to see in the Final Pursuits update, such as the PvP or combat, ability card. Whether or not Rockstar actually ends up rebalancing anything when it comes to PvP, combat, ability cards, etc. Along with all this other stuff, we'd like to see in at least one final last hurrah Final Pursuits update for Red Dead Online. It would be left still an incomplete game, but at least all this content would make it feel a lot more complete than it currently does. It's probably nothing more than a pipe dream at this point, but I feel like Red Dead Online, as well as its faithful community over the past 3 years, deserves more than it ultimately got from Rockstar when it came to live service for Red Dead Online. And with that being said, I'm officially done. I'm hanging up the hat. I'm hopping on Galaxy Traveler. I'm riding off into the sunset. I'm not going to be doing monthly event videos for Red Dead Online. The only way I come back to Red Dead Online is if they actually do a bona fide update. I don't know if I'll cover the Telegram missions in the future. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. At this point, I'm just ready to say adios to Red Dead Online. I've enjoyed the past 3 years. We've made some friends. We've had some good times. We've had some bad times. But I think it's for the best that we all start to move on. And I do tip my hat to all of you that are going to stick around in Red Dead Online for months, years to come. And I hope that you still find some enjoyment out of Red Dead Online. And for those of you that moved over to PC, who will now be galloping around Red Dead RP, our Austin BMX's Dakota River Bend server for Red Dead RP, I know him and Jeremy, along with DMAT TV and a few others, have been enjoying it thoroughly, and maybe I'll check it out one day. No promises. But at least on PC, the Red Dead community will live on. And if Rockstar was to give us one final update for Red Dead Online, say in December, I'll come back and cover it. But at this point, I highly doubt it'll happen. But I hope I'm wrong. Your thoughts, your views, and opinions regarding a hypothetical Final Pursuits, final quality of lifestyle update to Red Dead Online. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And what would you like to see added to a Final Pursuits update for Red Dead Online? feel free and let me know below in the comments section. And for all of you that watched my channel for Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Online over the past 3 years, from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you, cowgirls, cowboys, cowpokes, white hats, black hats, for watching my channel. It means a great deal to me. And here's hoping this isn't the end of Red Dead Online on my channel. But if it is the end, then it was quite a ride now, wasn't it?